are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
It's time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loud Esmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better better.
What?
Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another segment of Steer the Line. I am your host, Christian Giordani. We have Mr. Loud Esmond with us once again, along with Mr. Jeremy James. How you guys doing so far?
All right, man.
I'm good. Glad to be back after a week.
You know, I've been saying it all year long, all offseason, basically. It's the worst time for NFL news right now. The biggest headline I could find was Phillip Rivers is having his 10th kid.
Well, Quinnen Williams, the defensive tackle over in New York, just signed himself a big deal. They were working on that. He just got 4 years, $96 million. So, so there's a nice big deal floating around there in the NFL. But yeah, that's.
And who is that?
Defensive tackle Quinnen Williams.
Right.
In,
okay.
New
I saw
York.
that news of the Jets.
But yeah, other than that, no, it's pretty slow right now as we're waiting for training camps to open. I think I think a couple are open now, right? Or in this weekend or something.
Yeah, a few of them are opening up this weekend.
The two teams that play in the August 3rd first exhibition game, the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
Open rookie camps this weekend. Everybody else, it's more like the 22nd of July through the 25th of July.
But at least we're there. I mean, we're
we're there.
Camp, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just around the corner now.
By the way, I just wanted to.
Oh God, here it comes.
Here we go.
Hold this up and show everybody.
Big ugly.
Coming in 6-11 season.
Got my Derek Carr jersey. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you enjoy that quarterback who's absolutely dead last in the NFL in the red zone.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll see. We're going to find out how much that had to do with the offensive play calling and the offensive coordinators and what he had to work with all those years with the Raiders and how much.
Come on, man. He had some good receivers at points, even in the red zone, and he was always bad.
He had
the
best crew this year, man.
Devontae he missed Crabtree, he missed Cooper, he missed all those guys in the end zone.
Oh, wait. Okay, let's be clear. Amari Cooper is not a great receiver.
Amari Cooper.
He is not a great receiver. He was way overrated. He did nothing in Dallas. And by the way, he had no heart. The guy, if he was playing against a good cornerback, he couldn't catch a cold. And he would take himself out of games. He did that with the Raiders. He did it with Dallas. I'm playing against too good of a cornerback. I'm done.
I don't miss the guy. I wasn't sad when they traded him or nothing, but he's had talent to work with. He's had tight ends. He's had tall receivers, and he loves to fumble or throw it out of the end zone or try to run it in and miss.
Come on, man! Look at the crew he had last season: Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow.
And he had an offensive coordinator coach who wouldn't let him call audibles at the line when they had a stacked box and a running play called. He had to. He was being told before the play which receiver he had to throw the ball to. That's how little trust there was between him and his head coach. Yeah. And you can't run an NFL quarterback that way. He's not a freaking high school quarterback. He's been an all-pro multiple times. He's taken the team to the playoffs twice.
He looks like Brett Favre in the end zone. That's what he looks like. And I'm not talking Green Bay. I'm talking about Minnesota, New Jersey, Brett Favre.
I hope he does well. I have no ill will against the guy or anything like that. I hope he continues his career and, goes out there and maybe proves some people wrong, because he never got much respect when he was playing for the team. So, I hope for the best for the guy.
All right, let's talk about another team that's connected to the Saints. And that is, and it's never too early to talk football, right?
Never.
Never too early to talk NFL football.
Less than 100 days.
Well, honestly, if you think about it, Week 0 for college football starts August 25th. So as far as college football, we're a little over a month out of real it counts games for college football.
And 3 weeks out from the first preseason NFL game?
Yeah, 3 weeks out.
That's right there.
Oh my goodness. When football is over, and I sort of it's sort of like bad cheese pizza from an airport when you watch the XFL or the USFL. It's like pizza's it's a really bad pizza. Well, yeah, it's not great.
But at least it's pizza.
But at least it's pizza. Right? Yeah. That's how I feel about the XFL and the USFL. It's like, well, it's not big-time college football. It's not even MAC or Mountain West college football. And it ain't the NFL, but it's football. And for me, when football season is over and then hockey season is over, I go into a depression for weeks.
When football season's over, all I got is NBA, man. I got to wait till baseball picks up.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, baseball has been a little more watchable lately.
You know what? I was very against the rule changes coming in this season, and now I'm a big fan of the bigger bases, the pitch clock. The game's moving at a lot faster pace, and you can't argue with results.
They have bigger bases?
Yeah, they expanded it by 3 inches almost.
Oh, wow.
I love big base, and I can't know why.
Yeah, don't ever do that again, Loud.
Yeah. No, but the MLB's been exciting.
What's that?
I don't have a career in R&B.
Never.
No,
you don't got enough pigment for that. You don't got enough.
Especially since you called it R&B. Yeah.
What? It's not R&B now? That's not cool?
It's soul music, man.
Sir, no, you're trying to do Sir Mix-a-Lot, who was old school hip hop.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry.
He liked big butts and he cannot lie.
Not lie.
Okay, yeah. I like big bases. Anyway, no, the baseball game is a little more watchable, and I have been placing bets on baseball. Sports betting's legal here in Washington, so I can do that legally. And Christian's been helping me every now and then. Man, I got hot for a while. I've been a little cold lately. Mm-hmm. The two bets that I have today is a game that's going on right now. Under 9.5 White Sox at Braves. The Braves scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, I would have took that over with the Braves, man. They're the number 1 power team in the.
But the White Sox may not score at all.
Still, I would have that 9.5, especially against Chicago's pitching. Are they in Chicago or are they in Atlanta?
They're in Atlanta.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah, they're in Atlanta.
Jeremy's just standing here twiddling his thumbs, doesn't know what's going on.
All right. So I had that, and then I've got the Mets on the money line against the Dodgers tonight because the Mets have Verlander going.
One thing I want to say about the Mets real quick, you're the highest. You have the highest payroll in baseball right now, and you are 9.5 games behind the last wild card spot.
Yeah. Remember the Philadelphia Eagles dream team? Jeremy? Nnamdi Asomugha went there, and the dog-fighting quarterback, what was his name?
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick came out. Man, we got a dream team. We got a dream team. Oh, yeah. That was a nightmare is what that turned out to be. So, you know what? You can't necessarily buy your way to a championship, although the LA Rams did.
Yep.
Now they're paying the price. They suck.
For now.
One thing I did notice about this offseason, not about football, but about some of the other sports when I saw reports and things happening, they make us wait for everything if you're an NFL fan. In the NBA, the season's over, and within like 3 weeks, you're watching the NBA draft.
Summer League's already started,
NBA
man. It's
draft
almost over.
Already is over. They already had free agency, within weeks. Same thing with hockey. Within weeks of the season's being done. NHL draft, free agency, all the fun stuff.
Same
Football,
thing with
man,
baseball.
we got to wait, 6 weeks before free agency and 3 months before the NFL draft?
Yep.
They make us wait just because we'll sit and watch them talk about it for 3 months.
When Jeremy, where does the 800-pound gorilla take a dump? wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, so what are you going to do?
Oh yeah, no, I just noticed all the other sports are on top of that kind of thing. Even baseball. I saw 2 nights ago they released next year's schedule.
Yeah, the
Well, yeah,
draft
but
just
that's
happened.
because those of us the NFL is an obsession in the United States.
Oh, I know. They
You know what
got
I mean?
us now waiting for their release dates where we turn on the TV and watch 3 hours of them talking about games we're going to see in 6 months.
Yeah.
So, no,
crazy.
they know what they're doing.
All right, let's talk about the Denver Broncos, shall we? We're doing some way too early over-under numbers. Personally, well, I'll go to Jeremy first. The Broncos, Sean Payton, new head coach, but he inherits Russell Wilson. There, your thoughts? How is that going to work out?
I mean, it could work out. It could work out great. I mean, Sean Payton's a great coach. We know what potential there is there for him to change that offense and turn it around a bit. He's a great offensive mind. And Russell Wilson is a guy with talent. Maybe he's fallen off a bit, but if anyone's going to rescue his career, it might be Sean Payton. So I'm curious to see how it all goes down. I don't think he was in a good position last year. He had a defensive-minded first-time head coach who didn't know how to do anything.
Oh, the head coach was the offensive coordinator from the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but it was his first time as a head coach. Oh, wait.
And
no,
he's offensive.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
That's right. I was thinking of
You're thinking
Yeah.
I was thinking of who
The Patriots. They got defense.
Yeah. I was thinking whoever had the guy who's now the defensive coordinator in San Francisco.
Oh,
he was the head coach somewhere last year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And he only got 1 year anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Texans.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it could work out with Sean Payton. He's a great coach. It just depends on if really Wilson has anything left to give.
All right. Denver Broncos have the 10th hardest schedule in the league. And I just want to point this out and by the way, I love sharp football analysis. I wasn't really much aware of these guys, but man, is it good. Of the 10 teams predicted to have the hardest 2022 schedules, only 2 went to the playoffs, the Bengals and the Chiefs. So if you have one of the top 10 hardest schedules, your chance of making the playoffs is 20%.
Yeah.
And Denver has the 10th hardest schedule. I've got them so how I do, just a reminder for everybody, how I do my win-loss analysis is I look at the schedule, and if it's immediately a win, I put a W. If it's immediately a loss, I put an L. And then the rest are toss-ups. And then I have to analyze those games closer. So when I first did my analysis of the Denver Broncos schedule, I only had one for sure win on the whole freaking schedule. And that is week 2 when they get the Commanders at the Broncos. I have 9 absolute for sure losses marked down and 6 toss-ups. The Raiders open on the road at Denver. Jeremy, your thoughts on opening for the Raiders and the Broncos? The Raiders at Mile High. This will be in September. It won't be cold, but the air is going to be thin and it's going to be hot.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, obviously, anyone who has playing at home has that advantage. But the Raiders are used to being up there, once a year and going through all that. They usually go early to get used to the air, like a lot of teams do. It just really depends. I mean, you've got a brand new head coach, or not brand new, but a new head coach in Denver. They got to see how it's going to run there, and you got a second-year head coach with a new quarterback, in Las Vegas. It's
wait.
week 1.
By the way, I know it will be a new quarterback because they dumped their all-pro quarterback and got nothing for him, which is like
they didn't get a guy with a much better winning record. and
Yeah.
playoff wins.
You know what? I'm getting a call from a potential guest. You guys take over.
Yeah, you know what?
Well-
I think the Broncos are going to be a lot better than they were last year. I believe Loud said their over-under is going to be 8.5. I think they're going to get close to that. You know, the offensive line's a lot better. Jerry Jeudy looks like he's going to be a real threat again this year. And, you know, Russell Wilson isn't playing into the social media card anymore. He's not doing the stupid, Broncos let's ride, the training on the private plane. You know, he's complete, and he looks a lot thinner and a lot better shape than he was in last season.
Yeah, I mean, to hear all the stories of what a prima donna he was last year, his own, coach, his own personal, office space, no wonder the team didn't click. He went in there and he put himself above the entire team, it seems like. Hopefully, Peyton can come here and kind of smooth that over, because if I was one of his teammates and I saw that kind of thing, I wouldn't want to play for him either.
Me neither. And
Peyton,
a lot of that was his wife coming in too to the office, demanding a lot of stuff that he needed. And you know what, man? I'm sorry. I would not be taking orders from a guy who's raising future's child. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys, I've got to jump in here. We are about to be joined, it looks like, by Coach Paul Wright, who is if he's supposed to join us momentarily. We'll see. If he jumps in, we're going to have to do a hard reset. And there he is. Christian, can you do a hard reset and basically give us a reset here, reintroduce the show, and introduce our special guest, Paul Wright?
All right, everyone. Welcome to Steer the Line. I am Christian Giordani, your host, with Loud Esmond, Jeremy James, and our special guest today, Paul Wright, the head coach for the Riverside Strikers.
No, the Empire.
I'm sorry, the Empire Strikers.
Empire Strikers, formerly known as the Ontario Strikers. They went under a brand name change. And for Jeremy, who only knows anything about NFL football and NHL, and WWE. Sorry. You're probably more of an expert in that than anything else. Let me point out that Paul Wright in 1998 was the speed consultant for the Baltimore Ravens.
That's correct.
So he knows a little bit about football. Coach Wright, thanks for joining us here. I'm Loud Esmond. Your host is Christian Giordani, and his co-host here, Jeremy James.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
So you're in Las Vegas. Is it 118 degrees today?
It's pretty warm out here. Watching all these futsal games and some of these amazing players, and just taking a look around here. But yeah, it's a bit warm out here this weekend.
All right, the Empire Strikers, for those that don't know, they're a team in the Major Arena Soccer League. Their home is the Ontario Toyota Arena. Is it the Toyota Arena? Is it Toyota Center? I don't remember off the top of my head. But in any case, that's where they play their games. And it's a indoor soccer league. From watching the games, Paul, what strikes me is it's a lot higher scoring and faster moving than, say, soccer on a giant outside pitch, right?
A whole lot faster, a lot more technical. Players get a lot of touches on the ball. It's very fast and very quick. It's the American version of soccer, I like to call it.
Yeah, because for those of us Americans that are like me and have ADD, ADHD, and have the attention span of a squirrel.
Perfect.
That's good. It's perfect for people like Lou, who just can't follow anything that's longer than 3 seconds. Great to have you here. Now your background is soccer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh my gosh. I have been playing soccer since I could walk. Born in London, England. That was the thing to do when you're over in England. So yeah.
Well, but you were playing football in England.
Playing football, came over to here, started calling it soccer, and so I just went along with that. It was the same game to me, so it was fun. Yeah, and then moved to San Diego. Played in high school. Got lucky enough to get drafted out of high school. Played for the Sockers for a few years. Went over to England and played over in Luton Town in England.
Whoa, let me stop for a second. You just glossed over the fact that you won 7 championships with the San Diego Sockers.
I won 4, and then I went to England, and then I played in the MLS, and then I came back, and then I won 3 more. But yeah.
All right, so basically you were on 7 world championship teams in that league.
Correct.
So sort of like being a member of the New England Patriots in the past 20 years.
Yeah, Brady and I have a little beef because he's catching me on rings or something. He's getting close.
Christian, I don't know what your background in soccer is, but you certainly are a guy who is familiar with the need for speed, being a heavily recruited baseball player coming out of high school.
Yep.
Do you have any questions for Coach Wright about speed training?
Yeah. What really do you do for speed training? What's the real exercises you do to get these guys a lot faster? I know for me, I was a big deadlift and squat guy to get those stolen bases. I was squatting 440 in high school at 15 years old. So that was good
because
for
he
me.
aspired to Ricky Henderson's butt.
Yeah, well, the first and foremost thing is mechanics and teaching you how to run correctly. Most people don't run correctly. So teaching the proper mechanics, running style, things like that, form and technique. All that lifting and leg stuff and hamstrings and stuff comes in. But for me, you have to learn how to run the right way first to get the most out of your speed.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, you're a huge fan of a team that has been losing for 20, 30 years, the Raiders in the NFL. Coach Wright is inheriting a team that has underachieved in recent years. Maybe you want to ask him his advice to turn around a culture.
I don't know. Maybe we can ask Lou how to pretend you weren't a Raiders fan your whole life until 6 months ago too. But
What are you talking about? I'm a Saints fan.
We can skip over that
for the past 5 minutes.
And there you go.
Who day?
But no, definitely. How do you plan on going in there and getting these guys to play up to their potential and bring it together?
Very good question. First of all, I have to understand the players, and I have to understand what went on in the past so I can choose things. I am huge on unity, team unity, everyone coming together, everyone playing for the same cause. We're one team, we're not individuals. Understanding what went on in the past and just kind of letting these guys know what I'm all about and what I'm bringing to the table and what I expect of them. They're going to be held accountable for their actions on and off the field. I'm kind of coming in with an idea of really kind of getting this ship straight. There's a lot of talent on the team. I've heard a lot of good things. I've watched this team for the last 2 years. There's definitely needs to be all kind of rowing in the same direction. I think there could be some splinters. There were some splinters in the past, and maybe that's what caused the guys to not fulfill their potential. But, once we get all on the same page and we're all sprinting and striding in the same direction, I think that we'll be able to change the culture and hopefully change the outcome of what happens at the end of the season.
By the way, my nickname on my high school football team was Wheels. And it was an ironic nickname.
I was say it must be ironic.
Because I was so freaking slow as a tight end that they called one pass play to me in my entire 4-year career playing tight end. Let's say I did a lot of blocking and getting run over. Because if you would follow me going down the beach, you would think it was a human duck. I should have been a ballet dancer is what I should have been. All right, Coach, I want to ask this. You have been very active in something called Matters Athletic. What's that all about?
Okay, that is a nonprofit that I started almost 3 years ago. I'm really into helping the youth. I've my company, Speed to Burn, that I've been training athletes for the last 20 years, and that's kind of how I got started with the Ravens in Baltimore with Ray Lewis and those guys. But yeah, my thing is really just kind of like speed and agility, and kind of getting guys to really, get the most out of their speed and agility. So,
All right,
yeah.
so let me ask you finally, what is your projection for the team that you're going to put on the soccer field, indoor soccer field next year? Is it playoffs or bust?
Oh gosh, it's the only thing. The only reason I'm here is to win the championship. I have a nice life. Things are going well for me. This is a challenge that I'm taking on. The only reason I'm here is to win championships.
I love that mentality.
Absolutely.
These pros and turn these pros into champions. That's my goal here. There's nothing short of
About
that.
30 seconds, guys.
All right, that is fantastic. We want to have you on during the season. So once you're in your preseason, in your season, please let us know. And by the way, anytime you can get Ray Lewis on our show, we'd be thrilled. So just throwing that out there. All right, Christian, take us out.
All right, everyone, give a special thank you to our guest, Mr. Paul Wright. We are Steer the
Coach
Line.
Wright.
We will see you guys
Thanks, Coach.
next week. Thank you, Coach.
I'm out.